fight, people still fight with you.
So what are you supposed to do?
Like, something that Gandhi did was he just like let people do it to him because it's kind of like killing them with love. Like you do a lot of kind things to them, and then after a while people start to feel guilty because they did something really bad to you and you did nothing.
Shows that injustice in the way they're treating you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Thanks.
Bye, Mr. Cox.
Bye.
Moving
Good
on.
job, Darryn.
Thanks. For science, I made a
Can you just set it on the desk?
I made a experiment.
Yeah.
We did this in class. It's to see which one can get hotter the fastest. Water with salt in it and just plain water. Mr. Parr said because when you're cooking spaghetti, you put salt in the water for some reason, and he made us laugh by saying, is it just to make the food taste nice, or does it have something else in it?
Yeah. So
we did an experiment about this. The purpose was, does the water temperature change if you use NaCl, which is salt, and H2O, at boiling level or boiling temperature. My hypothesis was, I think that the water temperature will stay the same between both, because I don't think salt has that much of a difference to water, and salt dissolves in water, so I don't think it has that much of a difference.
Yeah.
And I made a graph to show our experiments that we did. Boiling temperature was 100 degrees Celsius. There was one that went up to 105 degrees, I think, which was the salt water. So my hypothesis was wrong, which is a really good thing in science. And I got to learn something, and I made a hypothesis about what I learned and how it changed.
Why was it a good thing to be wrong?
Because in science, you usually do experiments on stuff that you have no idea about. So if you do something that you do know about, I think you're most likely going to get it correct.
Right.
Than if you do something wrong, and you get it like all wrong, and then you do it again and again, and you can perfect it.
So your hypothesis is changed now.
Yeah, my hypothesis was that the water would both waters would stay the same temperature, 100 degrees, but the water with the salt actually got hotter than the water, plain water.
Okay. So the way you have this set up, do you have you done this for other experiments too?
Yeah, this is a basic like plan for it. You have your purpose, hypothesis, materials, the conditions that you use, like if you change the amount of water that you add, which is something that you can control, which is control variable. Which you change one thing. So the control variable would be adding salt to it. So that would be my control variable. And you have the procedure, which is what you say is not exactly in detail, but you say what you did for the experiment. And in language arts class, we made a paper and things that we did. The stuff that I about our article, the stuff that I learned is that in our article, I learned like I learned stuff from something called a writing pyramid, which is where you put your lead first and then all the other stuff that go into a newspaper in the headline and articles and stuff like that. That's something that I learned. Something that I liked that we were doing this was we had to make some extras, and we made reviews about stuff. So people got maybe like a horoscope or something. I chose a song review because I like listening to music, and it was something that I've wanted to try out from like a really long time. And something that I thought was difficult, as I said before, was like when you have to make a whole lot of drafts for your paper. You need to write a lot, and then write a lot of paragraphs, and then choose the best one. So that was a little bit difficult for me to write a lot of paragraphs about basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit difficult for me. We had to say what grade we deserved this quarter.
Yeah.
And I think I deserved, or I should get a B, because I'm not really really bad in class. I talk a little bit, but not as much as the quarter before. And so that's something that I need to work on. It's like try to talk less in class, but still getting my work done.
So wait, you're not supposed to talk in class?
No, you can talk. I'm just saying, like, I usually talk, I go like a little bit like overboard, because I like making people laugh, and it's something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But sometimes during classes, maybe not the right time for it, and so I just need to try not to do it that much.
Okay. So Ms. Grimes isn't saying you have to just
Stop talking. No.
now talking. Okay.
For PE, we had some tests that we did.
Yeah.
Tests about bones and body and muscles.
Ah.
For the first test, we had to do it, and without studying for it. For my first test on bones, I got a 2 out of 11, which is really bad.
Yeah.
For the first test, because I had no idea what the bones were.
So wait, was that before you learned it at all?
Yeah, before I learned it.
Oh,
I never learned
so you were just like
a
seeing
surprise.
what you could do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, and then on my next test, I got out of 11, and I got them all right.
Good. What was the weirdest one that you learned that you surprised you? Yeah.
The weirdest one was the
Like the weirdest name.
fibula or something.
Fibula?
Yeah, fibula. It's something that's really weird.
Where's your fibula?
I have no idea. I think it's in your leg somewhere.
I thought you said
Oh no,
here.
it's here. It's somewhere in your arm. I think on this one here's your fibula.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I think one of those in your arms. And something that was really funny is when you hit your arm, people say they hit their funny bone, and it's called the humerus. It's like humor. So that was something really funny.
Yeah.
For my muscles test, for first test, I also got 2 out of 11, and then for the next test that we did after like 2 weeks of learning muscles and doing stretches and stuff,
Yeah.
to see which muscles we stretch, I got 11 out of 11.
Yeah. So you definitely improved on those, yeah?
Yeah. We also got papers about like we do these little quizzes. We do these little quizzes in our work. This is something for soccer that I got 7 out of 7 for. Ms. Park gives us questions, sometimes true or false questions, or sometimes questions that are multiple choice questions. So I got 7 out of 7 for soccer one, and 18 out of 20 for my basketball one.
So why do you think it's important, I mean, if it's PE class, shouldn't you just be playing the sport all the time? Why do you think it's important that Ms. Parr gives you those quizzes? Why do you think she does that?
I think it's important because you have to know what you're doing. You can't just like play the game and like not know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's in case maybe you want to play it professionally and you don't know what to do, or you want to maybe teach your friends or something, and you don't know how to play it. So I think that's really important to learn exactly how to play the game and the rules of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
For math class,